What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. This video is basically a follow-up video to a video I did recently. I did a video about probably one of the craziest white guys I met in prison. In the video, I talked about how he basically tried to go against everybody by himself, right? He's the one, when I landed in Ad Seg, he was in my vent, and he was like, hey, what's your name, bro? And I told him, and he's like, hey, well, and I'm going to say his name now. We'll get to the reason. He goes, I'm Joey Govey. I'm that white boy you want to hit or whatever, right? And I laughed like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he goes, no, I'm serious. Ask about me. And I did, and Vatos were like, yeah, he ain't no priority, homie, but yeah, you get on the tier with him, go ahead and get him, right? So I was like, okay, cool. But, you know, it wasn't said he's in the hat, nothing like that. But what had happened was he was in the county jail. I'll recap it real quick. Hold on, let me turn this ringer off. Every time I do a video now, they want to call me when I'm recording. How do they know? Anyhow, somebody had got hit in the county jail. And they ironed it out. It was a misunderstanding. And Joey felt like, fuck that. Ain't no fucking misunderstanding. You put holes in somebody, we get off. And he went on a mission by himself, going after Southerners. He would trick Southerners, youngsters, to come into the bars, and he would try to choke them out. Some dudes he did choke all the way out. And, you know, they came back to life. He didn't choke them to death, but he choked them unconscious. And then I mentioned how he fell for the okie doke. He got too confident, too comfortable. And the homies were feeding him wine, but they had put pills in it. And he wound up passing out towards the front of his cell. One of the homies came out for shower, looked in his cell, saw he was in the right spot. Told the homies, they shoot the spear, we can get him now. Stabbing him up, and from what everybody had heard, he stabbed one of his balls right off of him. So yeah, Joey won that after that. Nah, nobody called him that. But he wound up going to the joint. He was in bad standings with the legends for the whites, but he wouldn't go nowhere. Everywhere he went, he would just get off. And I mentioned how when he was in Ad Seg, when he first got to Ad Seg, they gave him a celly. The celly was an NLR. Joey choked him out. We waited for the cops, waited for him to get uncuffed, waited for the cops to walk off, and then he choked him out. And after he choked him unconscious, he broke his hands. He stomped on his hands, broke his hands, and then he started banging on the walls, banging on the door, made a big old scene when the cops came. He was like, by then his celly had like snapped out of it. And he goes, hey, I don't know what's wrong with this dude. I think he's a JCAT, man. He won't stop punching the walls, to try to, you know, explain why his hands were busted up. And so everybody knew, like, okay, the woods are going to try to get this dude. Well, he claimed a very well-known Orange County skinhead gang. You know, once he had got in trouble with the legends, he got into that group for coverage, I guess. I don't know. That's their thing. Only they know what it was. But Joey was somebody. Anyways, his Sally, they tried to get his Sally to whack him. His Sally was so scared of him that his Sally locked it up, gave up the knife. I told the whole story. You guys can look for it. Now, this dude was dangerous. Eh? Everyone in prison is dangerous. But this guy showed that when he feels any type of threat, there's zero hesitation. He was getting off, and he was choking people out right and left. And, you know, he was hurting people. He wasn't the biggest dude. You don't got to be the biggest dude if you got the biggest heart, or if your heart is big enough, let's say, because he didn't have the biggest, but he had heart. He had balls that dragged. I know for a fact there was a legend. One of the white legends was coming down to New Folsom for cancer treatment. And Joey used to ask at least once or twice a week, he would send a cell move slip to that guy. And I remember telling him, hey, Holmes, why are you trying to get that dude when he's down here for cancer treatment? know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even fully healthy. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, if they let me in that cell, I'm killing them. We're like, all right, whatever. So this dude wasn't playing with a full deck. That dude was very aggressive. Straight idiot. Now, somebody told me in the comments to look into what wound up happening to Joey, and I did. And let's just think about this for a second. Joey Govey was running around in the California Department of Corrections. He had enough balls and maybe psychosis that he made certain men nervous to be around him. Even though he was, he had dudes that were trying to ride with him, but he was a man on his own and he was okay with it. And he was going at men in one of the roughest prison systems in America. He was defending himself. I'm sure he got whacked a few times. I didn't follow up. It wasn't for me to follow up on that guy, right? I just know what was going on while he was around me. He had a dude in his cell, my neighbor, when they were my neighbors, that was bigger than him. And when that guy was asked to whack him, that fool told me straight out, if I would have tried to move on Joey, he would have killed me. I was like, so you scared? Like, they say in there, if you're scared, get a job at Walmart. Right? What are you doing in here? Go get a job at Walmart. Be a greeter. So, I was like, whatever. I just wanted to hear so I can let the woods down the tier know, hey, this is what this fool said. So, Joey Govey was somebody who made certain people nervous. Other people just wanted to get him. But I can't deny the fact that he was willing to go there with whoever. He wasn't shy about it. He let it be known. I'm that motherfucker you want to get. What's up? Right? Then he got out. He paroled to my county, Santa Barbara County. He was living in Santa Maria. He was roommates with a couple, right? A guy and a girl. And I couldn't imagine how Joey was speaking around them. He was probably getting all doped up and, going on his rants about the legends, the white legends, and how bad of a motherfucker he was, and he'll kill this and he'll kill that and fuck everything. And that's how he spoke. That's how he conducted himself. And one day, the woman in that house killed him. The woman was convicted. She's allegedly, this woman hit him with a shotgun to the chest 2 times. And then, allegedly, after that, her and her boyfriend went to work. They chopped Joey into a bunch of pieces, allegedly. And then Joey Govey's body was found on a golf course. Well, his body parts were found in a golf course. Now, I'm going to say this. I've always felt like if you're going to kill somebody, you kill them. You don't torture them. Apparently, they didn't torture him, but imagine how much hate you have to have when you plan on dumping all the body parts in the same spot. What was the point of chopping him into pieces? The point was, you ain't all that. I would think that's what was going through their heads. You fucking talked shit every day. You were a tough guy every day. Look at you now. I'm going to put your foot on top of my head while I cut your hand off. I don't know. I'm just saying. That takes, I'm not into doing that. Sit around and all that, the stink of the blood. And I don't know. That's just crazy to me. But I wanted to do this story, this follow-up story, because I feel like there's a message in there, right? No matter how bad of a motherfucker you think you are, there's someone badder. In this case, it was a woman with a shotgun. A guy who ran around prison making certain people, certain men nervous. Got a woman so mad that she hit him twice with a shotgun and then just started carving him up. I don't remember how much time she got, but you can look it up. You can look up the story. Joey Govey, Santa Maria. It'll pop up. I didn't want to sit here and read the article on camera. I've already read it, portions of it, before I did this video. And this is a perfect example of you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Joey could have got out, been a productive member of society, let go of them old demons, stop spewing hate every conversation, and he'd still be alive. But instead, his aura of hate created hate in someone else so fierce that a woman did that. Was willing to throw her life away. That's crazy, man. You don't hear too many women that vicious, eh? And she had a plan, apparently. I could imagine when you're in that type of mindset. I'll tell a quick story. I remember there was a homie in the joint. I felt said something stupid to me, right? And I was willing to get in trouble over it. He used to play chess on the yard. The same spot all the time. Big old boy. And I had action at a bone crusher, right? And I remember saying to myself, okay, this Vato wants to play tough. I'm going to go ahead and show him what's up. I had it in my mind, right? And I had made up my mind when he goes to play chess, I have one single target. I don't want to kill him. I want to make it worse for him. In my mind, I said, I'm going to get this bone crusher and I'm aiming for his fucking spinal cord. I wanted to paralyze that dude. Luckily, he came back around and he was like, hey, homie, you know what? That was my bad. I didn't mean to come across like that. And I was like, all right, homie, feed him, man. But I get it when somebody gets you to a point where you're like, orale, you're that? Well, let's find out. And that lady, that woman, not even her dude, allegedly, that woman got to that point where you're tough. You're tough with a woman? Well, let's see. He found out. Anyways, that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I released a video this morning on the Dub S channel. You guys will be getting a double up there. I know it's Wes Watson Wednesday. You will be getting a Wes Watson video today. Those of you that love it, there you go. Those of you that don't, hey, there's the heads up. They asked for Wes Watson Wednesday. They're going to get it. The reason why I released that one at 8 in the morning, if you notice, I didn't have any videos on there for what, 2 or 3 days. They were making everything yellow. They made me wait 2 days. Actually, the Kid Frost story that I put, the Kid Frost video I put on this channel yesterday was supposed to be on that channel. They made it yellow on that channel and green on this one. So I said, let me go ahead and let it out. We'll get to the bottom of it, figure out what it is. But thank you guys for all the support. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.